Americans and many people in other countries love coffee, and any time there's a behavior that is engaged in on a repetitive and daily basis, we have a tendency to want to call something like that an addiction. And it turns out really addiction is a really specific form of brain disorder that really has four major components to that, and that is that you are experiencing negative consequences because of your use, and despite those negative consequences, you continue to use or engage in that behavior. So that's a really key component to this. A second one is that the person becomes significantly preoccupied with the use of that substance or that behavior in a way that that behavior becomes the all-consuming focus of their life, to the detriment of their family, their friends, their jobs, all of their other interests. So when people talk about things like coffee addiction, those two pieces of it tend to be missing. What is common between coffee addiction and other forms of addiction is the physiological dependence that forms on the active ingredient that's in coffee, which everyone knows is caffeine. So caffeine is a stimulant, so it's in the same class of drugs as nicotine, which is in cigarettes. It's also the same category as cocaine, amphetamine, methamphetamine, the medications that are used for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Those are all stimulants. They are all chemicals that one can become physiologically dependent on. So people become physiologically dependent on their coffee. There's sort of no question about that. And if they stop it, they will experience some type of kind of withdrawal effect on that. But it's not the same really as calling it as an addiction, again, because you don't have these significant negative consequences. You don't have this focus on coffee to the extent of work, friendships, family.